Hi, and welcome to this week's Bob Hanson Show. I'm Tori Pantalian. Tough weekend for the Mavericks in the Fieldhouse. North Dakota State come in on Friday and Saturday night. Again, another indication of why basketball is played in two halves. The first half of each game, the Mavericks stayed step with their opponents. Bob's second half is just one of those things. Things happen, things get on a roll. You get behind, you have to play catch up, and then the clock ran out on you.
And they were both two real good teams. I think that they had good weekends. They're talented, they're experienced. On Friday night, I thought against North Dakota that we could come out and play, and we did. But I didn't think we were flat starting out, and then we got down. We made runs at them in the second half, but it just wasn't very good. We have some players that are struggling right now, confidence-wise and things like that. So the second night, we made a change in our starting lineup, and didn't bench anybody. We just changed the starting lineup and maybe get some guys refocused and get them to thinking, and it worked real well for us the first half, but it died in the second half.
Well, I was fortunate enough to do your game live on cable Friday night against North Dakota, and I noticed that the second time that the coaches went to the bench in the first half, the momentum swung in your favor. Things really started to pick up.
Well, I think we have more of an even level of talent throughout our team than maybe North Dakota does. Theirs drops off though because they have really good quality players in the front side, and it just take a while for them to in the second half to get it going again, and then it was downside for UNO.
Okay, when we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights from Friday's game, the Mavericks against North Dakota. Stay with us. You're on the Bob Hanson Show.
At OPPD, we take pride in providing dependable electric service, although sometimes nature doesn't accommodate us. When emergencies or down power lines interrupt electric service, call 554-OPPD. Your call will help pinpoint the source of trouble so we can restore service as soon as possible. Help us to help you better. Call 554-OPPD, a number to remember. OPPD, your energy partner.
Nebraska Furniture Mart has a big deal on Hitachi big screen TVs. Everything looks better when it's big, except a big price tag. So get big savings on Hitachi big screen TVs, like this 60-inch Ultravision model with 1,000 lines of resolution for exceptional clarity. And you'll hear big sound with Dolby Pro Logic 4-channel audio. There's picture-in-picture viewing, 2 remotes, and more for only $29.99. Plus, there's more Hitachi big screen TVs, all at big legendary savings that can't be beat, guaranteed.
Right faces, right places. Conservative Savings Bank.
Conservative is family to us. They call us by the first name. They give us service. They're very accommodating. They are always willing to help. They even know the youngest, Ted, by the first name.
They really take nice care of us at Conservative. The gals are real friendly, and they always are interested in what's going on in our lives, not just what is our business for today and hurry up, I got somebody waiting behind you, and we really enjoy that.
A growing, vibrant small business community is essential to Nebraska's economic vitality and quality of life. I'm Bob Bernier, State Director of Nebraska Business Development Centers. At NBDC, we help Nebraska's small businesses compete in today's difficult economic environment. And we help people who want to start small businesses fulfill their dreams. To learn more, visit one of our 9 offices or call this number.
This portion of the Bob Hanson Show is brought to you by the Omaha Royals. Catch the red-hot family fun with the 1994 Omaha Royals. Call 734-2550 for season ticket information.
Well, there we are, Friday night. Fighting Sioux from North Dakota and Grand Forks all the way down in Omaha. And as we said, Bob, the first half, you guys are step for step.
Well, North Dakota starts right out. Todd Johnson gets a bucket inside. And here they're playing pretty good defense, and Rashad Watkins goes back door and the clock's running out, so he has to take a quick shot, and Skokin has to be in the right place and gets a put back there. Skokin played well this weekend. Here's Peter Ledford on a move to the basket. We go up 5-2 right away. He gets a three-point play. Now here's we're pressing here. We press. They get the ball in the middle, and this is the best way to eliminate a press. I mean, you know, normally you think get them out of tempo a little bit, they will miss that three-point shot, but they did. Here Skokin gets the ball here on a pass inside, has to scramble for it, but he scores again right away. This is probably one of the best front lines in the North Central without question. Here's Frank Cypress, a nice move, great touch on the ball. He gets a nice roll there. And you see we come out. I think we come out and play pretty well there to start with, 9-7. We go up here on a three-point shot with Peter Ledford on an out-of-bounds play.
They should all work that way.
But here, this young man goes to work. Gardner, he scored 3 times in a row on us. And then Skokin went to work and really did a great job the rest of the game defensively. He had a bunch of steals in this ball game here. We worked the ball really well. We get it in Skokin. He gets a nice dunk. Gives you an idea. We get penetration, and they get the 3 again. And there we miss a 3, but Cypress gets the rebound, puts it back there. So he's off and rolling pretty good. Here's penetration. This gives you an idea. You know, we stop him on the baseline. And Rich Jones right down the middle for the layup.
Smart
Here we
decision.
swing. He makes a good decision here. He finds Mike Conley, and that's the quality of a good point guard, being able to do that. And Richard just needs to get more experience in finding the right guys to get the ball to. Here, Wooden gets a 3 from outside. Conley comes back down. He misses a 3, but Bebop Walker gets a putback right there, being in the right place at the right time.
I thought your offensive rebounding was pretty good.
Well, it was. I guess when you miss shots, you have more offensive rebounds, but we did a good job in that aspect of it. Here they get inside. Skokin gets a steal here. Kicks it off to Richard Jones. Watch this, though. The score's 34-30. We're going down. We've just made a steal. They get the easy layup at the other end with a big key over. Or big key was a turnover there. There, Bebop Walker, we score on another out-of-bounds play. So, you know, our players are responding to pretty good situations here. Here we get it inside. Great pass from Mike Reeves to Skokin. And down the middle, Burke Barlow passes it. And here again, we make the steal again. We're down 4 here, and we throw it away. Look what happens. They make the 3 at the other end. It looked like we're getting a layup on one end, and all of a sudden they get 3 at the other end. So it's a big 5-point turnaround. Richard Jones on a nice move to the baseline there. He gets a nice jump shot.
That guy in green, by the way, number 30, he came in as a conference player of the week. It's Dave Redker, and I think he showed us why.
You know what's amazing? He had 23 against us. He had a good ball game. The next night he went 1 for 7. Couldn't make a basket in Northern Colorado. Here's a move down the middle of the lane. Todd Johnson makes it on Frank Cypress. That's why we got to get better defensive effort here. I mean, this is a great move by Brecky there. I thought Peter Ledford was guarding him pretty well on this move. Great pass there. Ledford to Conley on the inside. Conley on a 3. Mike Conley's really stepped up his play. He's been playing much better, and you can see we're hanging in there pretty good. Got a close margin here, but Todd Johnson makes a nice move, gets Frank Cypress up in the air on this. Nice offensive move. Here's penetration by Burke Barlow again, and there's Rutger again with a 3. Skokin with a nice move inside, he gets a roll and rolls in and out. 2 more. Here he makes a steal. Looks like we got the steal here, and look what happens. Right into their hands, and they get a 3-point play out of it.
Good hustle.
Good hustle here.
Yep.
Here we knock it loose. Looks like we got a layup here going the other end, and all of a sudden it falls in their hands. And another 3-point play where we think we got a turnover. We play pretty good defense. Peter Ledford down the middle. Gets fouled on the shot attempt there. Retker again, 3. So they're really in a groove. They were shooting the ball really well. There, Jeremy Kildare gets a 3 there. Nice pass here into Skokin. It's a nice dunk there. Look at this move. He misses. right into their hands again. It looks like we're in there rebounding too. We just can't get our handle on it. And Troy Claver comes down, and I thought he played really well at the end of this ball game, so I started him the next night, and I thought he'd give us a good effort, but they're in a losing effort. Disappointing to UNO players and certainly the fans, but a bunch of young kids I think are really trying hard. Rebounding, we got beat on the boards pretty bad there. Steals, you can see we have 10 steals. Block shots are about the same. Assists, they have a few more. Turnovers, we don't turn the ball over. Sometimes that's our nemesis.
Yeah.
So maybe we're not trying to do enough right there. But free throw percentage, again, has kind of been a nemesis for us. Below 60%, North Dakota's over 82%.
And of course, you got 3 players in double figures, and John Skokin has another double-double.
Yeah, he's had, I think, 7 of those this year, so he's been pretty consistent, probably our most consistent player. Conley got off to a good start in the first half and struggled a little bit in the second half.
Well, what did you say to him? I mean,
it was tough. I mean, it's getting tougher.
I believe it.
Is this
Yeah.
Bills? And I just told them they had to keep their head up. I didn't think they played as well together as we had. I think we expected to do better against North Dakota because we played them so well up there.
Right.
And they came in here and met our challenge. And I just told the players we had to forget about that. We had to get ready for North Dakota State. And I basically changed the starting lineup for Saturday night, and I think our players responded well to that.
Okay, well, when we come back, excuse me, we'll find out exactly how the Mavericks fared against North Dakota State, a team that's supposed to be in transition, but for a team in transition, they're playing really well. We'll be back.
At OPPD, we take pride in providing dependable electric service, although sometimes nature doesn't accommodate us. When emergencies or down power lines interrupt electric service, call 554-OPPD. Your call will help pinpoint the source of trouble so we can restore service as soon as possible. Help us to help you better. Call 554-OPPD, a number to remember. OPPD, your energy partner.
Nebraska Furniture Mart has a big deal on Hitachi big screen TVs. Everything looks better when it's big, except a big price tag. So get big savings on Hitachi big screen TVs, like this 60-inch Ultravision model with 1,000 lines of resolution for exceptional clarity. And you'll hear big sound with Dolby Pro Logic 4-channel audio. There's picture-in-picture viewing, 2 remotes, and more for only $29.99. Plus, there's more Hitachi big screen TVs, all at big legendary savings that can't be beat, guaranteed.
Right faces, right places. Conservative Savings Bank.
You know, in banking with Conservative, I feel like I have a personal banker.
You know, just walk in and they'll say, "Hi, Krista, how you doing?" It just brightens your whole day. It's just really neat to deal with a bank like Conservative Savings Bank.
And they took a chance on me because I needed a car really bad. And 4 years now, it's been 4 years, the car's paid off, and that was one of the nicer things that the financial institution's done for me.
A growing, vibrant small business community is essential to Nebraska's economic vitality and quality of life. I'm Bob Bernier, State Director of Nebraska Business Development Centers. At NBDC, we help Nebraska's small businesses compete in today's difficult economic environment. And we help people who want to start small businesses fulfill their dreams. To learn more, visit one of our 9 offices or call this number.
Saturday night, North Dakota State's in, and I'll tell you, Coach, for a team that's got fairly new coach, they're making a quick turnaround.
They're doing a good job. They went out and recruited a whole bunch of new players. They got several Division I transfers and JUCO players, and Ross Manson there missing the shot.
That's
but
unusual.
They have 2 players. They have 2 players returning, actually 3 from last year, and they've done a really good job, and they've added some new players with them. Tyson Maroney right there with the ball from Colorado State, transferred in January. And then right there, Latorio Harris gets off to a good start by getting the ball inside on our matchup. They did a good job on that. Here's Mike Reeves hitting the 3. But I thought I started a different starting lineup other than Skokin. I started Reeves, I started Conley, I started Troy Claver, and then you see there we come off 8-6. We played, I think, pretty well in the first half. They get some easy buckets on us right there. We don't get back in transition very well. That hurt us. Here's Ammett. He's just a very good penetrator, kicks it out. Here we do a nice skip pass to Mike Conley. He gets it down. Nice shot. Like I say, he's been shooting. But I think our players have been putting too much pressure on themselves, just basing everything on winning and losing rather than playing well and playing hard and playing together. This is what we tried to stress to him in this ball game, and I thought we'd come in. This good Conley here does a great job. Keeps the ball alive, tips it to himself, gets it, puts it back in. This is the thing that really hurt us. Look at Ammott. This is a great pass. He penetrates in there, gets the guys up in the air, and he dumps it back to his buddy. Cypress there doesn't draw iron, but guys stay with it, and Conley tips this one in.
So you say you're having a hard time having your kids be convinced that even though they're losing, they're doing things well.
Well, that's it, and they get down, you know, and all of a sudden when they find out they're way behind, they say, uh-oh, we got another loss, rather than hanging in there and just trying to play and improve their play. I'm more interested in the improvement of their play right now, because they are young kids, and we just want them playing together. They're Skokin and getting the rebound and putting it back in. Cypress on a move, nice jump shot there. It's a nice move here by Cypress. It's a drive to the basket. Great fast break here by Mike Conley, really taking it to the hole strong. There, I was just telling Richard there what we want to try and do, and you see we got the lead here against the second place team in the North Central Conference. So, but then Tyson Maroney comes back, hits a three there. Great move there by Peter Ledford.
He has fantastic body control.
He really does. He's done. But then we let him have the ball inside too easy there. Vittorio Harris gets it inside. Here's a nice move here. Troy Claver on penetration. Peter Ledford hits right there. So you can see that, you know, the team has got potential here. We're battling. Skokin gets it, puts it back in, gets fouled. Troy Claver on a jump shot. Nice shot there.
Yeah, he had to felt good. He got a start.
Right here, this is at halftime.
Oh.
They hold it, and he makes it. And we go in down 42-39, and our guys feel good about it. We talk about it, but you watch this. They make it. Brian Sand makes it, gets a pump fake, gets Skokin in the air, gets a basket, so they go up 5, and then they draw an air ball. Look at our guys falling down over there. They pick it up. Skokin's there, and they shoot over and get it in over him. But our guys are working in there. Just we seem like to be a victim. And there's Tyson Maroney again with a 3. And we got to take a timeout. They've hit us with a barrage all of a sudden. We haven't scored yet. They've scored 7. We're down 10 now. So now it's a matter of catch up. We get in Bebop Walker. He makes a move and then gets his own rebound, puts it back in. We're down 8. And look at this penetration for Amma and a great passing. And Ross Manson buries a 3 there. So now we're down 11. You know, they're in a flow. They've got things going. There's Williams on a nice shot inside, and we're struggling again. Now we're down 16. We just haven't been able. So we've scored 3 points in the first 6 minutes. Here we get the shot. Watch this. We go up. We put it in again. Frank Cypress comes out through there. Looks like he might get fouled. He gets nothing out of it. They get it, and now they're going the other way. And we just really struggling inside. And some of that might be a strength factor. They get a layup at the other end. But you can see our guys are in there giving effort, and that's all we can ask of them. Richard Jones there on a nice 3. Watch this. Here we go. Now we got an easy dunk shot.
Maybe not.
And this was kind of just the way our game was. I put that in there to show you just how we were struggling. And Frank certainly didn't intentionally do that, but we lose by 14. We get down and we make a good run at the end, but we lose by 14, 87-73. They shot 64% for the game. They shot 75% the first half, so we come back and did a good job. Look at 80% from the foul line. We only shoot 52%. Rebounding, we rebound right with them. They're a good rebounding team. Steals are the same. Assists, they got an astronomical number, double our assists. And turnovers, we don't have as many turnovers as they do either. So maybe we're not quite as active, but there's Conley and Skokin doing an excellent job. And opponents right there.
For the first time, you're not out rebounding your opponents.
Right.
That surprised me with Skokin. He's the number 2 rebounder in the conference.
And you know he's only three rebounds off of being in the first place too. So he's hanging in there really good, doing a good job. Here you can see Cypress he's dropped down a little bit. He still averages 6.5 rebounds a game, which is pretty good. Skokin 9.7, right at 10, and
Mike Conley knocking on the door for
he's real close,
double digits.
Close to having 4 guys in double figures. And you know, we just needed better production out of Clint Scales.
Well, it looks like things are on the up and up, but I'll tell you, when we come back, we've got some special things to look at, like the Reebok Player of the Week, North Central Conference Player of the Week, and believe it or not, again, it's a guy from a team the Mavericks are going to play this weekend. So we'll take a look at all of that when we come back.
A growing, vibrant small business community is essential to Nebraska's economic vitality and quality of life. I'm Bob Bernier, State Director of Nebraska Business Development Centers. At NBDC, we help Nebraska's small businesses compete in today's difficult economic environment. And we help people who want to start small businesses fulfill their dreams. To learn more, visit one of our 9 offices or call this number.
At OPPD, we take pride in providing dependable electric service, although sometimes nature doesn't accommodate us. When emergencies or down power lines interrupt electric service, call 554-OPPD. Your call will help pinpoint the source of trouble so we can restore service as soon as possible. Help us to help you better. Call 554-OPPD, a number to remember. OPPD, your energy partner.
Nebraska Furniture Mart has a big deal on Hitachi big screen TVs. Everything looks better when it's big, except a big price tag. So get big savings on Hitachi big screen TVs, like this 60-inch Ultravision model with 1,000 lines of resolution for exceptional clarity. And you'll hear big sound with Dolby Pro Logic 4-channel audio. There's picture-in-picture viewing, 2 remotes, and more for only $29.99. Plus, there's more Hitachi big screen TVs, all at big legendary savings that can't be beat, guaranteed.
Right faces, right places. Conservative Savings Bank.
Conservative really specializes in hassle-free banking.
The fact that they're real friendly and they take good care of us is one of the reasons I really enjoy banking at Conservative.
I think it's kind of the whole background of Conservative Savings, that it goes from the officers down to the middle management, down to the tellers. It's just kind of a family.
The best thing about working with Conservative is that when I have things that need to be done, people on the front line can make decisions quickly and can help me when I need the help.
Reebok Player of the Week, a face and a name that's not unknown to Maverick basketball followers.
This young man is playing well. He had a good weekend this weekend. Torrey was 13 for 15 from the field this weekend, and he had over 20 rebounds, so he had a good weekend rebounding wise. And I thought in the North Dakota game, I think he had 5 steals that we saw. So he played really well against some good centers in the league and did an outstanding job. I thought Mike Conley also did a very good job for us, but Skokin was the Player of the Week.
Now, the North Central Conference Player of the Week is somebody you're going to see on Friday night. And, of course, it's Randy Rosenquist of South Dakota.
He had a phenomenal weekend. 44 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, and 5 steals.
Sounds like you're saying that begrudgingly, Coach.
Well, I hope he got it all out of his system this week. But he's an outstanding player. And you know what? It's amazing because he was almost a walk-on. No one thought he could play.
That's right.
Because of, his body structure. He's kind of heavy-legged and everything, but he has a great heart. Plays hard. He's a tough-nosed kid.
He's made a career of not starting and coming off the bench and doing well. Well, there you get a look at what the conference looks like at this point.
We don't need to keep that up there a real long time, but you can see we're going into Beehive there with South Dakota 11-2 and 18-3, and they've all been really, I think, 1 or 2 point ball games. So it's going to be very interesting. But it's something that we had a history of playing well up there. We went up there 2 years ago and won when they had a good team. And both Morningside and South Dakota.
Okay, so Friday night you do make that Vermilion Morningside swing. Friday night, as we said, you play South Dakota in the Dome, and while it's a really violent place to play, it's really hostile. And Alley Gym is so small on Saturday when you play Morningside, but you've had a history of playing well.
This is what's really amazing. This is one game my wife cannot go to. She told me that she hyperventilates. She has trouble. The fans are so bad at South Dakota that she cannot go to that game. She just is pure agony for her. She doesn't want to be there, and I think she's going to pass on this trip and then come up on Saturday night. But we've played, they're both, like you say, it's a dome. South Dakota's a dome, huge, and then Ali Gymnasium, everybody's right on top of it, so it's really a contrast in play. But we've played well at both places, and hopefully that's what we'll do this weekend.
You know, you never hope for anybody to get hurt, but you're going to be going up against a South Dakota school without Chris Jones now.
Chris Jones is second in the country in field goal percentage, so I think that he's a player they'll miss, but they have so much quality depth, and you know, they're a very veteran team. They have 6 or 7 seniors on the team, and they all play, and they have a kid by the name of Andrus that started for him last year, doesn't even hardly get any more playing time anymore. So it's a team that's very very rich in depth and very strong physically. They're a good shooting team. They either do one of two things. They either shoot it from 3 or they drive it to the basket, and they do both of those areas real well, and we'll have to play real strong.
You know, I know there will be a lot of kids on the team. This will be their first time in the Dome, but as we've talked, your history doesn't seem to phase any of these people. You go up there, you play well, and you win.
I can remember when Dean Thompson was here. He went 14 for 15 from the field and set a USD fieldhouse record for field goal percentage, which is pretty good. And then we've, you know, like I say, we won there in past years. So they play a matchup zone. They do it very well, and they're just really, truly an outstanding team.
Saturday night, Ali Gym, we talked about Morningside. The Chiefs and the Mavericks have had some tremendous basketball games.
We really have. You know, we go from the 3rd-ranked team in the country in South Dakota to Morningside in a very small and compact gym. It's been a very, very good rivalry. We've had some heated games. We beat them last year here. Maybe we can beat them up there this year. We lost up there in a pretty close game and won the year before. So they've been up and down. They're about 500 and have an opportunity to win a game there too.
How important would a victory be this weekend? I don't want to sound silly when I ask that.
You are silly. It would be great. And I just wish that for the kids more than anything, because they've really hung together. Their attitude is really good. They've been down. They've lost some confidence. They've never been at each other's throats. You know, we haven't had coaches and player confrontations or things like that. They've really hung in there beautifully, and that's what we need to do. My goal as a coaching staff is just to keep them together as a team and keep them playing as hard as they can and get them to learn and get ready for next year.
Okay, Coach. Well, you know, our hearts and our hopes are with you when you hit the road this weekend.
Thanks a lot, Tori. We appreciate it.
Okay, and the next week we will be back, and we will have highlights of their game at the Dome in South Dakota and at Alley Gym, as we said, the compact gym in Sioux City at Morningside College. For Coach Hanson, I'm Tori Pantale, and also for everybody on the production crew, thanks for being with us this week. We'll see you next week on The Bob Hanson Show.